Okay, the African Union has publicly backed Nigeria, rejecting the United States of America's president's claims of genocide against Christians. Yeah, the African Union, the unions of African countries, have backed Nigeria, telling Donald Trump to back off. Back off, Donald Trump. Stop pushing on Nigeria. We will not allow you to do this. And respect Nigeria's sovereignty. Interesting, isn't it? What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. Beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping. I appreciate you. This is home. You want to know about the motherland? You're in the right place. Thank you. Before we start, can I ask you to do this? Can we all do this, please? It's cost you nothing. We feel appreciated. Great stuff. We're talking about this country right here. Nigeria, the pearl of Africa. No, that's Uganda. Uganda is the pearl of Africa. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. The giant of what? We're going to find out. So the African Union, the Union of Africans, have rejected publicly Donald Trump's claim of genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Number two, they have urged Trump and warned Washington, my brother, we're talking about warning Washington to respect Nigeria's sovereignty. Congratulations, Pijama Coffee. Pijama Coffee on this. I mean, shouldn't black people support each other? Like, support each other, right? You've got to support each other. When somebody comes from elsewhere trying to create mayhem or intimidate one of us, we should stand together, right? That makes sense? If your brother is in trouble with somebody from outside, would you support somebody from outside? Or do you support your brother? Okay. If your brother is doing something wrong, do you still support him? Even if he's doing something really bad when he's faced with somebody from outside? Then do you limit yourself by just saying, okay, my brother is my brother, I'm supporting him, without saying, my brother, I'm supporting you outside, but inside, my brother, you need to fix something that's wrong, or not? So you clearly want to know the why of the reaction of the African Union. Why have the African Union attacked Donald Trump? Well, because Trump made a remark a couple of days ago, we all know. He said that Nigeria should stop killing Christians. Trump basically said that the government of Nigeria is complicit in the unaliving of Christians and threatened to cut aid to Nigeria and consider military action. So Trump said to the government of Nigeria, we've heard that you are complicit in the killing of Christians in your country. There's basically a genocide against Christians in Nigeria. If you don't do anything about it, we're going to come to your country. Number one, we're going to cut aid that we provide to you. Number two, we're going to come with guns blazing.
Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities.
Guns blazing. We're going to beat everybody up, but especially the terrorists. Not the government, not the military, the terrorists. Well, Nigeria was not very happy about that. Nigeria pushed back very strongly, saying this is unacceptable. You can't speak to people like this, right? I mean, this is my house. Stuff happening in my house, and you as a foreigner, not even a neighbor, saying if you don't fix things in your house, I'm going to come and fix you up. Because in your house, there are some people that look just like me. Now, is Nigeria correct or not? Nigeria is correct with its sovereignty. It's a sovereign country, right? You shouldn't be telling them what to do and how to run the country. But okay, so should Nigeria close their eyes to the people that are being unalive? Question mark. Let's remember here, Trump said first he's going to cut aid. That people are not talking about. People are only talking about the attack that America could do on Nigeria. People only talk about war, only soldiers, military action. They're not talking about the aid that Trump has threatened to cut from Nigeria. What aid? Well, the United States of America gives a lot of aid to Nigeria. Yes, the giant of Africa got about $516 million in 2025 alone. That's a lot of money from the giant of Africa getting from the United States of America. So before you open your mouth and say, Trump, don't come here. Trump, don't do this to us. Trump, nobody, we're going to show you. You must remember the hand that gives is always above than the hand that receives. You're begging from America. So you can't be talking sideways. Clacka, clacka, clacka. You need to fix yourself. Speak to me nicely, or else you're going to suffer. $516 million in 2025 alone. Matter of fact, in September only, the US has approved $32 million for Nigeria. A lot of money. Number 3, the US has committed $1 billion aid to Nigeria so far. So I think we need to pay attention on how we speak to the United States of America. I'm sorry. I know some people don't like it when I talk this way, but I'm not biased. I'm not a pro-African blind. I'm not that person. If you're looking for some blind people that's going to praise Africa, not me. I love Africa with all my heart, but I don't stop myself from seeing things the way they are. Loving somebody, it's not just praising and pumping them from the back. Loving somebody is also telling them, my brother, I think you are messing up right now. My brother, I think you're a little too arrogant, okay? You need to speak to people nicely because these are the very same people that you're going to meet by the time you fall down, if you ever fall down. That's also love. Loving somebody is not defending them every time, every how. I mean, you defend them in public, but in private, you speak to them. That's how it is. And if you don't like this type of conversation, I'm sorry, brother. If you feel that people should always agree with you, then I don't think you should be having conversations and discussion and debate with other people. Because some people can't debate. They want you to be part of their opinion. If you don't agree with them, then you're not smart enough. I thought you were intelligent. You see all these comment section. I thought this Zack was intelligent. He is a sold out. I just disagree with you. It's okay. We can disagree sometimes. I mean, there are some people from the United States of America that are conservative. They are actually white people that don't like black people at all. But I listen to them. I don't necessarily agree with everything they say, but some of the things that they say is absolutely correct. You can't say everything that Charlie Kirk said was wrong. No, you can't say that. If you're smart, if you're intelligent, you're emotionally stable, you can't say everything Charlie Kirk said was wrong. Yes, he said so many things that was absolutely garbage, but some of the things he said were boom. That's how you need to look at things. I mean, you may not like somebody and still learn from them. I'm sorry. You may not like somebody and still learn from this strategy that works and apply it on your life. Let's continue. Now, what does Nigeria get from the United States of America? Before you open your mouth against the United States of America, the USA provide food aid to Nigeria, nutrition programs and support for internally displaced persons in conflict-affected regions. The United States of America provide food and nutrition programs and support for internally displaced people in Nigeria in conflict-affected regions. America provide food for the people in Nigeria that have run away from places that are conflictual. Are we together? Sound check. Are we together? So before you insult somebody, make sure how much of his food you eat. The US aid funds HIV treatment and malaria prevention, maternal and child health initiative, and pandemic preparedness to Nigeria. Let me keep the big ones. The US provide HIV treatment for Nigeria. Big chunk of it. There is a special program named PEPFAR which provides HIV treatment for black people. In many African nations get it. You talk a lot. You talk a lot of crap, but you're poor. Yes, you talk a lot of crap, but you're poor because you can't provide for yourself. You still beg up until now, but you want to be respected. You must respect my internal stuff, but you're still poor. You're poor, you get stuff from America to treat your HIV people. Why don't you provide for yourself? Well, Trump says he's going to cut the money, $1 billion. He's going to cut the aids to support the people displaced in the country. He's going to cut the HIV program for you. Now, let's get back to the African Union, okay, so we can understand. The African Union said Donald Trump must back down. Okay, African Union Commission strongly dismissed these claims, stating there is no genocide in northern Nigeria. You hear that? African Union say there is no genocide in northern Nigeria, urging caution in making such statements. Now, the question is the African Union correct? We don't know. Why? Because we are not in Nigeria. Now, did the African Union go to Nigeria and double check that there was no genocide? Well, I don't know. I don't think they did that. Now, do every Nigeria believe there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria? Absolutely not. Well, many Nigerians are saying there's no genocide. No Christian is being unalive. Well, if the Christians are being killed, it's not just Christian. There are also Muslims being killed. Is this correct? Well, absolutely, it is correct. But is it a way that certain people could use to downplay the fact that Christians are being killed? Absolutely. One doesn't erase the other. That's how you use your brain, my brother. You don't just go, no. That's what ships and people that need to cross the Mediterranean Sea need to do. You need to think like a grown man. Christians have been alive? Yes. Only Christians? No. Muslims as well? Yes. Now, should you now downplay the fact that the Christians have been alive? Absolutely not. Should the government stay quiet because it's not only Christian, or the government don't talk about it, or the government don't give it the attention it requires? Should give it the attention. If you are triggered by that, you are the problem. You are the problem. Well, let's continue. The African Union chairperson, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, reaffirmed Nigeria's sovereignty, emphasizing that the country is facing complex security challenges, particularly from Boko Haram and other extremist groups.
There is no genocide in northern Nigeria. I think the complexity of the situation in northern Nigeria should, push us think twice before, declaring such or making such statements. The first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians. The first victims, and I'm saying it with documented references. So the complexity in the northern part of Nigeria should not be taken, that easily.
So what is this guy's name? His name is Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. He reaffirmed there is no genocide of Christians. So Mahmoud, is he Christian? No, he's not. He's Muslim. Because some people are saying that the people that are saying there's no genocide in Nigeria are not Christian. They're Muslims. So you can't ignore that. I would like to see a Christian saying there is no genocide in Nigeria. We want to see that. It counterbalances the... Are you together? Because... why are Boko Haram killing the people? Because they don't believe in what they believe, right? So why would you be angry when people think that people that are saying there's no genocide are not Christians? Why are the Christians? Why are not? I mean, pastors are saying there's genocide.
Nigerian government came out openly and denied there's no massacre, there's no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And look at it today.
Muslims are saying there's no genocide. Who do we believe? I'm just asking a question as an African. We want to defend Nigeria. We want to stand strong with you. Okay, we want to be on your side, but you need to give us the tools to stand on. Okay, give us some Christians to say there is no genocide in Nigeria. We want to see that. As the African Union done good, that's a very good move. Protecting your brother is one of the most important things anybody can do. Now, the African Union has been faced with this situation in the past. You remember Gaddafi? Well, the African Union was unable to defend Gaddafi when Americans and others came for him. You remember Gaddafi, right? I mean, Nigeria's situation is weird because Nigeria is a shithole country. We all know that. I mean, don't get triggered when I say that. We all know Nigeria is a shithole country where people get abducted and bandit and they take you for ransom. It's crazy. It's a crazy country. We like the music. I'm just being honest with you. Don't get triggered. We should be able to speak as a family, all right? But Nigeria there's a lot of fixing to be done. And don't come for me saying, yeah, every country. No, problems in Nigeria are big. There's a lot of people, 250 million human beings. When you make so much babies, you need to have an economy, or else you're going to be taking your problems in neighboring countries and then say, oh, no, people don't like us. Okay? Are we together? We're going to be fair here. I'm not your brother like that. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell the truth. Now, this thing has happened in the past. The past is Muhammad Gaddafi. Why didn't the African Union defend Muhammad Gaddafi? And the question is, can the African Union really defend Nigeria facing America? We're going to find out here. Why didn't the African Union defend Gaddafi? Gaddafi was a great man. He did great things. We all know this person. Well, at the time, the United States of America and France pushed for Gaddafi to be ousted. Why? Because Gaddafi was doing good things for his country. Gaddafi was showing to the world that you don't need democracy to be a happy country. Yes, Libya, this country right here, was not a democracy, but they were happy. They had money, food, water, everything, agriculture. The government sponsored so many things for the people. Everybody in Libya received a percentage of every sale they did of petroleum because the country was so rich in petroleum. Well, America didn't like that. Democracy didn't like that. It's not about that. You need to enrich the rich and poor the poor. Not in Libya. Again, the Libyan leader wanted to create something interesting. He believed if African countries traded not in paper currency but in gold, they would certainly be the richest people in the world. He said it made no sense that countries that have all the minerals are supposedly poor. While the countries that have papers, I mean, when did they start using paper as a currency? I'm just asking. Do you remember? When did the paper currency start? When did somebody start to say, okay, from now on, this piece of paper is value? That Gaddafi was questioning that. That was one of the reasons why they had to take him out. Because had these African countries started using gold, then the dollar would have collapsed. So they had to take him out. They accused him of what? They accused him of unaliving his own people. So very similar thing with what's happening in Nigeria. Unaliving Christians. Gaddafi was accused of killing his own people. Okay, so what did they say? We need to go and free those people. In the same way they're speaking about Nigeria right now. Don't take it as a joke, my man. Don't take it as a joke. If they want to push it to the next level, I'm telling you, you're going to see mayhem in Nigeria. Gaddafi was very strong, powerful. They feared him because they say he had chemical weapons, but they went there. They accused Gaddafi of killing his own people. Why couldn't the African Union protect Gaddafi? Here are some of the reasons. They limited influence. The African Union had no veto power at the United Nations Security Council, where the resolution was passed. So basically, you have to vote in the United Nations on how to do something about a country. So with Gaddafi, they said, we believe Gaddafi is killing his own people. We need to take him out. So they had to vote. Well, if the African Union had the veto power, they would have vetoed, no, let's not go and take this man out. Gaddafi will still be alive. The African Union has no power. No African country has veto power. Why? Because veto power belongs to the powerful countries. I mean, look at the countries that have veto power. United States of America, China, Russia, UK, France. What do they have in common? They have nuclear power. You don't. So there's no way you're going to get veto power. Number two, the reason why the United Nations could not protect Gaddafi is because of internal division. Yes, internal division. Africans always have problems, okay? Some say yes, others say no. Some say white, others say red. Some African states quietly supported NATO while others backed Gaddafi, weakening a unified stance. Okay, so Africa couldn't stand together because some people were stalled out. In the same way, today you're seeing some countries in Africa accepting refugees from the United States of America, while others like Burkina Faso are refusing, and they are subject to sanctions. That's how it is. Unfortunately, in these communities, some are on, some are off. It's crazy. So, will the Africans today stand strong should America decide to attack? Question mark. Western's power had far greater military reach and diplomatic sway, sidelining the African Union peace roadmap. The African Union came up with a peace roadmap on how to deal with Gaddafi. NATO say we're going to take him out by force. Well, Africans couldn't stand against NATO because you have no armies. Because you don't want to come together. The United States of America is strong because they are together. There are many states. Europe is strong because they are the European Union. You Africans don't like each other. You push one another away. That's what it is. Now, should America decide to attack Nigeria, do you think anybody can do anything about it? Absolutely not. So that's the situation in Nigeria right now. Once again, Nigeria has pushed back, saying they're not going to be bullied.
The task ahead is immense. We are engaging the world diplomatically. And we assure all of you that we will, defeat terrorism in this country.
Well, are these just words being thrown in the air, or Nigeria will actually really be able to resist the United States of America should Donald Trump issue an order for attack? Let's remember here, okay? Donald Trump didn't say he wanted to attack Nigeria. He said he wanted to go and destroy the people that are killing the Christians. Now, people in Nigeria have said that it's not only Christians that are being killed. Now, if it's not only Christians that are being killed, meaning your cousins who are Muslims and animists are also being killed, why not do something so you can stop those people? That's what it is, fellas. The African Union has pushed on the United States of America, asking them to respect Nigeria's sovereignty. The chairperson, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, reaffirmed Nigeria's sovereignty and emphasized that the country is facing complex security. Some people are criticizing him, saying he's saying that because he's Muslim. And I want to know how you feel about this. Do you think he's saying this because he's Muslim? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.